The Weight of Doubt, a young man, adrift. Jason was just 17 years old. He had made a difficult choice. He decided to leave high school. This was not an easy path. Many people around him did not understand. They expressed their concerns loudly. They worried about his future prospects. He heard their whispers of doubt often. This doubt felt like a heavy cloak. It threatened to smother his spirit. His family was understandably anxious. They had dreams for him, traditional dreams, dreams of diplomas and steady jobs. His decision seemed to shatter those hopes. Teachers who once saw potential now shook their heads. Friends his age were planning for college. Jason felt increasingly isolated. He was on a different, less certain road. The pressure to conform was immense. The community offered little solace. Small towns can be quick to judge. He was labeled a dropout. That label carried a heavy stigma. Opportunities seemed to shrink before his eyes. Doors that were once open now seemed firmly closed. He felt the weight of low expectations. It was a burden for someone so young. He needed to find his own way. Yet, deep inside Jason, a tiny spark flickered. It was a quiet resilience. He did not know his destination. He did not have a clear map. But he knew he could not succumb to the doubt. He had to prove them wrong. More importantly, he had to prove himself right. This journey started not with a plan, but with a refusal to give up. A glimmer of code, finding a hidden passion. Jason found an escape from the doubt. He discovered the world of computers. It was a place where he felt in control. He was drawn to the logic of coding. Programming became his secret language. He spent hours in front of an old screen. The glow of the monitor was his companion. He felt a sense of belonging there. He did not have formal training. There were no expensive coding boot camps for him. The internet became his greatest teacher. He devoured online tutorials and forums. He learned one line of code at a time. Late nights were filled with trial and error. Each solved problem was a small victory. This self-driven learning built his confidence slowly. It was his private world of creation. This passion for coding was a silent act of defiance. It was his answer to the whispers. While others saw a dropout, he saw a builder. He was learning to create something from nothing. The complexities of software intrigued him. He loved the challenge of making things work. This was more than a hobby, it was a calling. It was a way to shape his own future. He wasn't thinking about a career then, he was simply following his curiosity. The joy of learning was his primary motivation. This pure, unadulterated interest in technology was crucial. It laid the foundation for what was to come. He was unknowingly equipping himself with powerful skills. Skills that would soon find a profound purpose. He was building his toolkit for the future. The spark of an idea, a mother's need. Jason's life took another turn. His mother started facing some health challenges. She needed to take several medications. Keeping track of them all was difficult. There were different pills for different times. There were specific instructions for each one. It was confusing and stressful for her. Jason watched her struggle with this daily. He saw her worry and frustration. He noticed the anxiety it caused. What if she missed a dose? What if she took the wrong pill? These were serious concerns. The paper lists and alarms were not enough. They were easy to misplace or ignore. Jason felt a deep urge to help. This was not just an abstract problem. This was his mother's well-being at stake. He wanted to ease her burden. His mind began to connect the dots. He had his newfound coding skills. He saw a clear, pressing problem right in front of him. Could technology offer a better solution? Could he build something to help his mother? An idea started to form in his mind. It was a simple idea, born out of love and necessity. He envisioned an app. This was the moment his passion found a purpose. It was no longer just about learning to code. It was about applying that skill to solve a real-world issue. An issue that affected someone he deeply cared about. This personal connection fueled his determination. He knew he had to try. He had to build this tool for her. This was the genesis of CareSync. Building CareSync, the lonely hours of creation. With a clear goal, Jason began his work. He started sketching out the app's features. He imagined how it would look and function. His small, cluttered room became his workshop. An old second-hand computer was his main tool. It was slow and often crashed, but it was all he had. He poured all his energy into this project. The initial phase was incredibly challenging. He was learning as he was building. There were countless technical hurdles to overcome. Debugging code took hours, sometimes days. He often felt like he was hitting a wall. There were moments of intense frustration. He had no team to bounce ideas off. He was a solo developer on a mission. The silence of his room was often deafening. He worked late into the night, every night. Sleep became a secondary concern. His social life, already limited, disappeared entirely. He was completely absorbed in the development process. He researched user interface design. He learned about database management. He pushed himself beyond his known limits. Each small piece of progress kept him going. He was driven by the thought of helping his mother. The lack of resources was a constant shadow. He couldn't afford fancy software or powerful hardware. He made do with free tools and open-source libraries. Every penny counted. This scarcity taught him to be incredibly resourceful. It forced him to find creative solutions. He was not just building an app, he was building resilience. He was proving that passion could triumph over limitations. Section 5. Persistence amidst scarcity, overcoming obstacles. Jason faced more than just technical difficulties. The lack of external support was a heavy weight. He had no mentors to offer guidance. There were no experienced developers to ask for advice. He navigated the complex world of app development alone. Each decision rested solely on his shoulders. This isolation could be incredibly daunting for anyone. Financial constraints were a daily reality. Creating something new requires time and focus. But Jason often had to worry about basic needs. He survived on cheap instant noodles. He sometimes skipped meals to save money. His old computer whirred, threatening to give up. He couldn't afford to replace it. These struggles would have made many quit. But Jason held on. Doubt was a persistent companion during these times. Was he wasting his time? Would anyone even use this app? Was he good enough to complete it? These questions haunted his quieter moments. The initial enthusiasm sometimes waned under pressure. But then he would think of his mother. He would remember the reason he started. This purpose refueled his determination. His passion was the unwavering flame in the darkness. It was the grit that kept him coding. It was the perseverance that helped him overcome each setback. He learned to celebrate small milestones. Fixing a persistent bug felt like a major victory. Completing a new feature spurred him on. He was slowly, painstakingly turning his vision into reality. His spirit refused to be broken by hardship. Section 6. The Dawn of CareSync. A solution takes shape. After months of relentless effort, Jason had a working prototype. It was a momentous occasion. The app was simple, clean, and intuitive. He had focused on making it user-friendly. He knew his mother needed something easy to navigate. He nervously installed it on her phone. He watched her interact with it for the first time. This was the true test. To his immense relief, his mother loved it. She found it easy to understand and use. The app, now named CareSync, organized her medication schedule perfectly. It sent gentle reminders for each dose. It allowed her to track her adherence with a simple tap. She felt more in control of her health. Jason saw the visible reduction in her stress. This was his greatest reward. CareSync was more than just lines of code. It was a practical tool with a real impact. It solved the problem he had set out to address. It helped his mother manage her health better. Seeing its positive effect firsthand was incredibly motivating. He realized that this app could help others too. Many people struggled with managing medications. His small project had much larger potential. He felt a profound sense of accomplishment. He had taken an idea born from necessity. He had taught himself the skills to build it. He had persevered through countless challenges. And now, he had a tangible product. A product that made a difference. This success, however small it seemed then, was a testament to his grit. He was ready to share CareSync with the world. Section 7. The Unforeseen Catalyst. A Voice Amplifies. Jason decided to launch CareSync on the app stores. He polished the interface and wrote a simple description. He had no budget for marketing or promotion. He hoped people would find it organically. The initial days after the launch were quiet. A few downloads trickled in each day. It was a slow start and a little disheartening. He wondered if his app would ever reach a wider audience. He continued to work on improvements. He fixed minor bugs based on early user feedback. He remained committed to his project. He knew its value even if the world didn't yet. Marketing and publicity were alien concepts to him. He was a builder, not a promoter. He hoped the app's usefulness would speak for itself, but the digital world is a crowded space. Then, something unexpected happened. A popular YouTuber, famous for reviewing tech and productivity apps, stumbled upon CareSync. This YouTuber had millions of subscribers. He was always looking for unique and helpful tools. He downloaded CareSync, intrigued by its simple premise. He used it for a few days. He was impressed by its simplicity and effectiveness. This was a stroke of pure luck. The YouTuber decided to feature CareSync in his next video. He hadn't contacted Jason. Jason had no idea this was happening. This was the kind of break that entrepreneurs dream of. It was completely organic and unforeseen. A single voice with a large platform was about to change everything for Jason. The quiet launch was about to become a roar. Chance was about to meet preparation. Section 8. The viral wave from obscurity to acclaim. The YouTuber's video went live. He praised CareSync for its user-friendly design. He highlighted how it solved a common problem. He emphasized its potential to help many people. The review was genuine and enthusiastic. Almost immediately, the impact was felt. Downloads of CareSync began to skyrocket. Jason watched in disbelief as the numbers climbed. First hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands per hour. His old server, which hosted the app's backend, struggled to keep up. He frantically worked to upgrade its capacity. The sudden surge in traffic was overwhelming. His phone started ringing constantly. Tech blogs wanted to interview him. News outlets picked up the story. The high school dropout who built a life-changing app. It was a compelling narrative. Jason was thrust into the spotlight. Investors who would not have given him a second glance before now sought him out. They saw the potential of CareSync. They saw the passion and talent in Jason. He was no longer a lone coder in a small room. He was the creator of a viral sensation. The success was sudden and intense. He felt a mixture of joy, shock, and immense gratitude. His hard work had finally paid off in a spectacular way. CareSync was helping thousands of people manage their medications. The positive reviews poured in. Users shared stories of how the app had improved their lives, or the lives of their loved ones. This was the ultimate validation for Jason. His app was making a real difference. The viral wave had transformed his life. It had also transformed his small project into a significant success story. Section 9, a beacon of hope, inspiring future generations. Today, Jason is the successful CEO of his own tech company. CareSync has continued to grow and evolve. It now helps millions of users around the globe. It has expanded its features, always staying true to its core mission: to make healthcare management simpler and more accessible. Jason has built a dedicated team around him, but he never forgot his humble beginnings. He remains grounded. He actively uses his platform to inspire others. He particularly reaches out to young people from disadvantaged backgrounds. He shares his story of perseverance. He tells them that their circumstances do not define their potential. He emphasizes the power of self-learning and determination. He is living proof that passion can overcome incredible odds. He encourages them to pursue their dreams relentlessly. Jason has also become an angel investor. He supports aspiring entrepreneurs who have innovative ideas, especially those who lack traditional resources or support systems. He understands their struggles firsthand. He wants to provide the kind of help he wished he had. He believes in giving back to the community. He is fostering a new generation of tech innovators. His impact extends far beyond his app. From a high school dropout facing widespread doubt, Jason transformed into a tech hero. His journey is a powerful testament to grit. It shows that with passion, persistence, and a clear purpose, anything is possible. He didn't just build an app, he built a legacy of hope. He continues to inspire countless individuals. He shows them that they too can overcome adversity and achieve their dreams. His story echoes never give up.